I know Dana, or I know of Dana going back to middle school when she was playing field hockey at Pottstown and I was playing field hockey at Owen J. Roberts. I didn't know her personally, but I certainly knew of her because even as seventh and eighth graders, we knew that when we had to play Pottstown, there was going to be a very fierce competitor on the field. My initial reaction to then seeing her show up at Hill and having the realization that we were going to be playing together and not against one another was one of relief and of course, excitement that she was going to be on my team.
What I think set Dana apart as an athlete. I mean, definitely her athleticism, but besides that, she just was a force and such a leader on and off the field or the court. Um, she just was always really positive. She was when needed to be, she was a very like vocal leader, but she also just led by example.
She challenged us to play to her level. She made everybody on the field around her a better player. But at the same time, she has this incredible sense of humor, this wit and sarcasm about her that, made it a lot of fun to be her teammate. What set Dana apart as an athlete was just her pure athleticism.
I think just in general, I just remember her dominating on the field hockey field and just scoring so many insane goals. And even in basketball, she was I just remember her being, such like a silent killer. She was such a dominating defender in basketball. I just can like picture her still to this day, blocking shots and, stealing a bunch, passes. She was just so athletic.
We had so much fun playing field hockey that a group of us were able to convince Dana to give up track, which was her other sport, to come play lacrosse with us in the spring. And she had never picked up a stick. She could barely cradle the ball at first, but she was so much faster, quicker, and stronger than everyone else on the field that her presence was felt immediately. And then on the lacrosse field, and I can't remember who we were playing, but very similar circumstance. And I was behind the net trying to feed the ball into teammates who were cutting in front of the goal. And Dana and I just looked at one another and I made the slightest little nod. I probably even just blinked my eyes. And her first step was so quick that as soon as I blinked my eyes and she moved, she was wide open and I fed her the ball and she scored. Dana's legacy within the Hill athletic community will be as one of the first truly dominant female athletes at Hill.
I think Dana's years were just extremely formative for women's sports at Hill.